أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome everyone to another one of your G2 classes. I hope you're all doing well today, inshallah, and jazakumullah to everybody for arriving on time for today's class. As always, we are going to start off our class with an opening prayer. And for that, if I could request our co-host to kindly call a student to the mic. Assalamu alaikum, co-host.
Wa alaikum assalam. Can I request student G2 735 to come to the mic, please?
Jazakumullah. Student G2 735. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you today? You okay?
Fine, but I'm his sister. I'm G2736.
Okay, that's fine. We can call her to the mic afterwards as well. Okay, did you say G2736? Oh, okay, you are G2736. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's fine. And do you have your sibling with you today as well?
He's just doing his Vezul.
That's fine. That's amazing. That's all right. No worries. We'll call them to the mic later. Okay, could you please start off with Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah? And if you could start reciting this prayer for me, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا.
Well done. That was really, really nicely recited, mashallah. Could you also repeat once after me as well? I just feel like it's the timing that we need to pay close attention towards, okay? So let's try that one more time. Allahumma inni
Allahumma inni
as'aluka
as'aluka
ilman nafi'a.
ilman nafi'a.
Okay, let's stretch the sound out at the end. Fi'a.
Fi'a.
Well done. That was really, really nicely recited, mashallah. And could you also read out the English translation for us?
Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge.
Well done. And that's Ibn Majah, hadith number 925. Perfect. That was really, really nicely recited, student G2736. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic, and we will call your sibling to the mic afterwards as well, okay? Jazakumullah for coming to the mic. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Now let's remind ourselves of our class etiquettes. Make sure that it's very, very important that you join in the class having done your wudu. Make sure you're wearing clean clothes and that your head is covered. It's also very important to sit in a quiet place to eliminate any background noise or distraction. And it's advisable to have a parent by your side when you're attending these classes. So if there are any technical difficulties, they can help you out. And also they can learn the rules as well so that they can further teach you the rules if you've got any questions or any concerns as well. So that's really, really helpful if a parent is present during these classes. And lastly, make sure you've signed in with the correct ID, as we are only able to call correct IDs to the mic. Now, taking a look at the schedule for today, we have got a different rule that we're covering today. And we're going to be covering Madd Zaid and Madd Saghir, okay? So these are the two types of mad we're covering. And I know it sounds very hard, these words, and you may be confused, but don't be worried. It's a very, very simple rule, very simple to understand. And inshallah, that's the rule that we're going to be going through today. We will also call students to the mic later on to practice chapter number 26, verses 181 to 201, which I believe were the verses covered during the course of this week. So we shall do that as well, inshallah. And then just before we conclude our class, we will have a quick run through of the hard words that were covered during this week. So the rule of the day today is extended elongation. Now, if we remind ourselves, we use the word mud quite a lot, right? Even in this sheet, in this PDF file over here, it says mad and madde zaid, madde saghir. So this word mad, what does it mean? Well, it means to lengthen or to prolong. So whenever I say the word mud, you should remember that it's all to do with prolongation, stretching the sound out of a letter. Okay. We've learned that there's different types of muds. We've learned about alif mud, where you stretch the sound out of a letter for 2 seconds. Similarly, we learned about vowel mud and ya mud as well. So remember, it includes the word mud, which means we are stretching the sound out for longer than just 1 second. Okay. However, today we are learning about a different type of mud. When you're reciting the Holy Quran, you're not always going to be prolonging letters for just 2 seconds or just 1 second. That's not always going to be the case. There's going to be instances where you are going to be stretching the sound out for up to 6 seconds. Okay. And that's a long amount of time compared to where you were stretching sounds out for 1 or 2 seconds. Now we're going to learn about situations where you are going to be stretching out the sound of a letter for longer, for up to 6 seconds. Okay. And this is the rule of today. In English, we refer to it as extended elongation. The name speaks for itself. It's extended. It's an extreme case of just stretching the sound out for 2 seconds. It's longer than just that. And it's all to do with elongation because we're learning about mud. Remember, mud means to lengthen or to prolong. So, there are 2 different types of mud, okay? And I'm going to highlight them here for you. You have al-maddu saghir here, or you can say madde saghir as well, it doesn't matter. And you have al-maddu kabir or madde kabir. These are the 2 different types. Now, madde saghir is all to do with medium long stretch. So stretch the sound out in a moderate way. And maddul kabir is extra long, so you're further stretching the sound out. Now, you will ask yourself, well, how do I know whether I'm meant to apply the rule of madd saghir or madd kabir? How do I know when I need to give an extra long sound or just a moderate long sound? Well, the answer is within the sign. They have different signs, and madd saghir has a different sign, and madd kabir has a different sign as well. And these differences in the signs help you to identify how long you are going to prolong a letter for. Okay, so if you familiarize yourself, if you take a look at this ya, it carries a sukoon, and this little wave on top of the ya sakin is actually known as madd saghir. And a good way to remember, or the way I like to remember, is madd saghir. So the word saghir starts with the letter S. The letter S is like a wave. So this is basically a horizontal S. You can think of it like that. Yeah, just a horizontal S really. So this is a madd saghir. And a madd kabir is the other one, which is this one. All right, so they do look different. This doesn't necessarily look like a wave. But yeah, it's just a different sign, okay? So this is what madd saghir looks like, a little wave. And this is what madd kabir looks like. And a good way to remember what is madd saghir is by looking at the letter S and just flipping it horizontally, and it does resemble this wave quite well. Now, the difference is within the timing, because we already said that madd saghir is stretched for just a medium amount of time, but madd kabir is stretched even longer. It's an extra long stretch. So, whenever you see a madd saghir on top of a letter, you prolong that letter for 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, so madd saghir is prolonged for 3 to 5 seconds. And whenever you see a madd kabir on top of a letter, like in this situation here, you can see a madd saghir on top of the lam, you prolong the sound for 4 to 6 seconds. Okay, so 3 to 5 seconds for madd saghir and 4 to 6 seconds for madd kabir. Okay, it's very, very important you remember these timings. When you are called to the mic, we will ask you this question as well. How long do you prolong a madd saghir for, and how long do you prolong a madd kabir for? Remember, madd kabir is an extra long stretch, and it can go up to 6 seconds long, which is what I was talking about in the very, very beginning. Now let's take a look at some examples together. All right. Let's start off with Mad Saghir, the medium long stretch. Oops, it's a bit too much highlighted there. There we go. So I'm going to start off by reciting this example out for you, and I will talk to you through the rule that is present within this example. I want you all to pay close attention and follow along at home, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم التي أنعمت. Sometimes when you are reciting something long, the audio is cut through Zoom, so I don't know if you really heard it properly, but I stretched the sound out of the ta for 3 to 5 seconds because it's a mad saghir, so we give a 3 to 5 seconds timing. Now you may say, well, ta doesn't carry a mad saghir, ta actually carries a kasra. So why are we prolonging the ta for 3 to 5 seconds if it only carries a kasra? Remember, the ta is joining to the ya, and whatever the ya carries will affect the sound of ta. So let's imagine this mad saghir was not there. You would have just joined the ta and the ya together, and you would have prolonged it for 2 seconds because it's a rule of ya mad. You would have said allati, and you would have said it for 2 seconds. But because the ya carries a mad saghir, we will have to stretch the sound out for 3 to 5 seconds of the letter that's joining to the ya. And in this situation, it's the ta. So we stretch the sound out for 3 to 5 seconds. Similarly, let's take a look at this example. And I'm going to read this out for you. Bima unzila. Bima unzila. So again, there's a mad saghir. We know we need to stretch the sound out for 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, and that's what we are going to do. But even though the meme, we stretch the sound out of the meme, remember, for 3 to 5 seconds. Even though meme doesn't carry a mad saghir, it just carries a fatha, we are still going to stretch out the sound of the meme. Okay? And that is because of the alif mad rule being applied over here. All right, let's call a student to the mic just so we can practice that. Co-host, could we have a student to the mic?
Can student G2 666 come to the mic, please?
Jazakumullah. Student G2 666, Assalamu alaikum. Student G2 666, Assalamu alaikum. No worries. Could we have another student to the mic?
Yes. Can student G2 657 come to the mic, please?
Jazakumullah. Student G2 657, Assalamu alaikum. Student G2 657, Assalamu alaikum. No worries. Co-host, is it possible to call student G2 735 to the mic? That's student
Yes,
G2
I'll try.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Jazakumullah. Assalamu alaikum, student G2 735. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So have you been understanding the rules so far?
Yes.
Perfect. In this situation, in this example, can you point out the letter that carries a mad saghir?
Va.
Perfect. It's this little wave, isn't it, that we are talking about? This is a mad saghir. And how long should you prolong a mad saghir for?
2 seconds.
Okay, remember, we said that today we are going to be looking at situations when you're stretching the sound out for longer than 2 seconds. Hence why we call it extended elongation. Okay? Now, if there is a mad saghir on top of the letter, you stretch the sound out for 3 to 5 seconds. It can be 3 seconds, 4 seconds, or 5 seconds, but between that range of 3 to 5 seconds, okay? How long should you prolong a mad saghir for?
5 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, 3 to 5 seconds. Well done. Now, if you start off with ta'awud and tasmiyah, could you please read out this example here for us?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سارعوا إلى
Well done, mashallah, mashallah. That was really, really nicely recited, student G2735. You clearly saw that there was a mad saghir here, and you did prolong the sound for around 3 to 5 seconds, longer than just the 2-second timing we normally give. So that's really, really good, mashallah. That was really nicely recited. Now, can you also tell me what this sign is on top of the lam? Okay, so the name of it is Madde Kabir. Okay, this is Madde Saghir, this little wave, and Madde Kabir is this one here. Now, do you know the difference between the two? Why are there two different types of mads?
because the other one you need to give it like a jump, and then this one you don't.
Not entirely. Well done for trying though. Madde Saghir, you prolong it for a moderate amount of time, 3 to 5 seconds. Madde Kabir, you stretch for even longer, for up to 6 seconds, 4 to 6 seconds. So you have one where you're stretching the sound out for 3 to 5 seconds, and you have another one where you're stretching the sound out for 4 to 6 seconds. The 4 to 6 seconds is a lot longer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, indeed. And that 4 to 6 second refers to this Madde Kabir. It's the extra long stretch. Okay?
Okay.
So if you could repeat after me, I'm going to show you how to do this first example. Alif Lam Mim. Can you try saying that for me?
Alif Lam Mim.
Good. How long are we going to spend on a Madde Kabir?
2 seconds.
No, we said 4 to?
4 to 5.
Okay, 4 to 6 seconds, up to 6 seconds, okay? 4 to 6 seconds. All right. Okay, that was really, really nicely recited, student G2735. I do want you to practice this rule, okay? It's very important. You're going to see it a lot when you're reciting the Holy Quran. Familiarize yourself with what the different signs look like. In other words, this is a Madde Saghir and this is a Madde Kabir, okay? And make sure you give it the right amount of time. For a Madde Saghir, you give 3 to 5 seconds. For Madde Kabir, you give how long?
5 to 6.
4 to 6, yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there. You just need a bit of practice, and you can find this PDF through the Google Drive link as well. I think it's a OneDrive link, and if you can't find it from there, then these classes are uploaded on YouTube for you to listen to in your free time, okay? So definitely try and do that, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jazakumullah for coming to the mic today. Take care of yourself, and Allah Hafiz for now. Jazakumullah. Okay, so it may seem like it's a bit hard to get your head around these different rules, but I want you all to pay close attention. Make sure you're listening up to the class. Yeah, just make sure you are aware of what Madde Saghir looks like and what Madde Kabir looks like. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next part of our class. There we go. So we are going to start off reciting from verse 181, and we're going to go all the way up to 201. So verse 181 to 201 today, inshallah. And for that, we're going to call students one by one to the mic. If you are called to the mic, make sure you are applying all the rules learnt so far, okay? And feel free to ask any questions if you've got any. All right, so co-host, could we have another student to the mic? Co-host, are you there?
Yes. Can student G2672 come to the mic, please?
Jazakumullah. Student G2672, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
Assalamu
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So, did you understand today's rule?
Yes.
Okay. We learnt about situations when you're stretching the sound out for longer than 2 seconds. Yeah? Now, in
Yeah.
this verse, there is a madd saghir somewhere. Can you point out a letter that carries a madd saghir?
Me.
Well done. Very, very nicely remembered that. So here is a madd saghir. How long should you prolong a madd saghir for?
3 to 5 seconds.
Good. Well done, mashallah. I can see you're understanding the rule. Well done. So when you're reciting this verse, make sure you are applying the rule of madd saghir and stretching the sound out of the meme for at least 3 seconds and maximum 5 seconds, okay? So if you start off with the awud and tasmiyah, and you can start reciting from here for me, all right?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما أسعدكم عليه من أجر إن أجري إلا على رب العالمين.
Okay, well done, mashallah. That was really nicely recited. I'm going to stop you right here. That was a really good recitation, student G2672. There are just a couple of things I want to point out before we proceed on with anything. So you applied the rule of madd saghir really nicely. You stretched the sound out for 3 to 5 seconds, which is really, really good. The only things I've pointed out here, I've highlighted them down here for you. First of all, this is a letter lam. Okay, not a letter dal. It does look like a dal, to be fair, because of the little dip here at the end, but it is a letter lam. So if you can repeat after me. As'alukum.
أسألكم.
Well done. And just remember, this is not an ayn, it's a hamza. Now, hamza and ayn are both letters of the throat, but their sound comes from different places. So the letter of ayn the sound of ayn comes from the middle of the throat, and the sound of hamza comes from the bottom of the throat, more towards the chest. So the same sound that you're giving to the alif, you're going to give that exactly same sound to the hamza as well. So alif and hamza have the same sound, okay? If you can repeat after me. As'alukum.
أسألكم.
Well done, mashallah. That was really nicely recited. And the same thing to be applied here as well. This is an alif, so you're going to say ajrin.
أجر.
Good, well done. Now, you did pause on this letter, didn't you, when you were reciting, because there's a little jeem there. How are you going to pause? Are you going to say ajri, or are you going to say ajr? How are you going to pause? Do you know?
Sorry, I didn't hear the second option.
Okay, so is it ajrin or ajr?
أجر.
Good, well done. So that was really, really nicely remembered. When you were reciting, I think you didn't pause here the way it was meant to. But remember, if it carries a kasratain, you take away the kasratain, the 2 strokes of kasra, and the ra becomes a ra sakin. So you join the jeem and the ra together. And just last thing I wanted to point out, you have a blank alif here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Great. Now, if you see a blank alif and the letter right before it carries a fatha on top, what should you do?
Prolong it.
Good, well done. And how long do you prolong it for?
2 seconds.
Good, well done. This is a rule of alif mad. If there is a blank alif and the letter before carries a fatha, you prolong the sound for 2 seconds. So if you can repeat after me. Illa.
إلا.
Good, well done, mashallah. That was really, really nicely recited. And now if you could repeat after me once more so we can recite this verse together, okay? وَمَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ
وما أسألكم
عليه
عليه
من أجر
من أجر
إن أجري
من إن أجري
إلا على
إلا على
رب العالمين.
رب العالمين.
Well done, mashallah, mashallah. Really, really nicely recited. That was student G2672. Keep practicing, and I'll just recommend that you try to go over your rules of waqf, okay?
Okay.
All right. Yes?
When is this course gonna end?
I believe this is the second to last week, as far as I remember. So I think next week's the last week. I could be wrong, but I think next week's the last week. All right. Okay, well,
Okay.
Jazakumullah for coming to the mic today, student G2672. Take care of yourself, and Allah Hafiz for now.
Yes. Also,
Mhm.
can I do the end dua?
Since we've already called you to the mic, we won't be able to call you again. We need to give a fair amount of options to other people as well to come to the mic, because there's a lot of people that are not called, so we need to call them to the mic as well. So I do apologize for that. But if in the future, in the upcoming classes, you're not called to the mic and we see your ID pop up, we shall definitely call you for the closing prayer, okay?
Jazakallah, miss. Last question. Can you
Yeah.
please send me the attendance form because I didn't get it?
Okay. If you go into the chat facility, you should find it there. If not, our co-host will drop it in again for us, and she's spot on done it for you now. Okay. So
Okay.
and Jazakumullah for reminding me. I needed to remind this to everyone as well. Jazakumullah anyways for coming to the mic, student G2672. Allah Hafiz for now. Okay, so everybody, co-host has dropped a link inside the chat facility for you. Make sure you press on that Google form and you submit it in by typing in your ID and then pressing the submit button. Okay, this will mark your attendance. It's very important you do that before the class ends today. Okay, so let's call another student to the mic. Co-host, could we have another student to the mic?
Student G2713, come to the mic.
Jazakumullah. Student G2713. Assalamu alaikum. Student G2713. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, no worries. Could we move on to another student?
Student G2739, come to the mic.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So, have you been understanding the rule today?
Yes.
Yes, amazing. So if you start off with ta'awudh and tasmiyah, and if you start reciting from here for me, please, yeah, whenever you're ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أوفوا الكيل ولا تكونوا من المجسرين وزينوا بالقسطاس المستقيم.
Well done, mashallah. Sorry about that. That was really, really nicely recited, student G2739. Overall, it was a very, very good recitation. I can see you've got your timings spot on, which is really good. You know when to prolong a sound of a letter and when not to do so. In The verse is recited. There's just two things I've highlighted here. First things first, if you see a ha with a dot on top, it's a kha, and with a dot underneath, it's a jim. So because the dot's on top, you're going to give a kha sound. So if you can repeat after me. Minal mukhsirin.
من المخسرين.
Well done, mashallah. And over here, this is a letter ta. Now it's one of those thick and heavy sounding letters. Whenever you see a ta, you need to give a round mouth and a thick and heavy sound. So if you can repeat after me. وزنوا بالقسطاس.
وزنوا بالقسطاس.
Good. Well done, mashallah, mashallah. That was really, really nicely recited. Now, if I was to highlight this sign over here, what is this sign called? Do you know?
No.
Okay, so this is one of the signs we covered in today's lesson. It's called a Madd Kabir. What is it called?
مجر تكبير.
Kabir. Yes, amazing. And do you know how long to prolong a Madd Kabir for?
62 minutes.
Okay, you can't prolong it for 6 minutes. You're really going to run out of breath. But you mean 4 to 6 seconds, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, amazing. So a Madd Kabir you only prolong for 4 to 6 seconds. And the other type we learnt about was Madd Saghir. And you can see that over here, there's two of them. How long should you prolong a Madd Saghir for?
One
Okay.
cup.
No worries. So you prolong a Madd Saghir for 3 to 5 seconds. Madd Kabir 4 to 6. Madd Saghir 3 to 5. Remember, a Madd Saghir you always give less amount of time. And Madd Kabir is that extra long. You can see it's a bigger sign as well. So you need to give extra time on that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, Jazakumullah for coming to the mic, student G2739. I would like you to practice the rule learned today. It's very important, okay? So that you
Okay.
can understand it a bit more. All right? Okay.
Jazakumullah,
Jazakumullah.
Allah Hafiz.
Jazakumullah. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Co-host, may I please have another student to the mic?
Can student G2740 come to the mic?
Jazakumullah. Student G2740. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So, did you understand the rule today?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't sound too sure, but I guess we'll try our best to help you out as much as possible. Do you want to start off with Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, and you can start reciting from here for me, okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تبخسون أشياءهم ولا تقصوا في الأرض مفسدين.
Well done, mashallah. I'm going to stop you right here. If you're pausing at the end, it's mufsideen, okay? And you just change the noon into a noon sakin. But that was a really, really nicely recited, student G2740. Great recitation. I think there's just a couple of things I wanted to point out. First of all, if there is a blank alif and the letter before it carries a fatha, what should you do?
Should you prolong it?
Yes, you absolutely should. Do you know how long to prolong it for?
2 seconds.
Good, well done. You're going to prolong it for 2 seconds. So if you could repeat after me. تبخسن
خاصون.
Well done. And we stretch the sound out at the end. Now I highlighted this sign. Do you know what this sign is called?
مد كبير.
Good. Well done. Very, very nicely said. And how long should you prolong a Madul Kabir for?
4 to 6 seconds.
Good. Well done. So when you were reciting, I think you didn't give it long enough. Remember, it's that extra long stretch over here. Okay? So stretch it out for quite some time, for at least 4 seconds. Okay?
Okay.
And just last thing over here. There is a vowel sakin, and the letter before it is a mutaharrik letter that you're joining the vowel sakin to. Okay? So vowel sakin and the letter before it is a tha with a fatha. You're going to join these two letters together, and you're going to end up saying وَلَا تَعْثَوْا. Can you try saying that for me?
ولا تخسروا.
Remember, this is an ayn, okay? And the sound comes from the middle of the throat. Let's try that one more time. وَلَا تَعْثَوْا.
ولا تعثوا.
ثَوْا.
تخسروا.
Good, well done, mashallah. That was really, really nice recited, student G2740. Great recitation. I just want you to practice letters joining together, especially this one. Now, this rule is known as vowelin, and I know we've gone through it before. So if you practice vowelin, as in soft elongation, it's called, and make sure you apply it to your recitation every single time. Okay?
Okay.
All right, that was really, really nicely recited, student G2740. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, co-host, could we have another student to the mic?
Can student G2741 come to the mic?
Jazakumullah. Student G2741, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Alhamdulillah, that's very, very good to know. And have you been understanding the lesson for today?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay, we'll practice it together as well. Do you want to start off with Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, and you can start reciting from here for me, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Do you want to repeat after me?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. وَاتَّقُوا الَّذِي.
واتقوا الذي
الذي
والذي
خلقكم
خلقكم
والجبلة
وجبلة
الأولين.
الأولين.
Perfect, mashallah. That was really nicely recited, student G2741. Now let's remind ourselves quickly of this letter here. What does the vowel carry on top? What is this little W-like sign? Do you know what this little W-like sign is called? Okay, no worries. It's called a shadda. What is it called?
Shadda.
Good, well done. And whenever a shadda comes on top of a letter, you need to press on it. You need to put emphasis on it. So if you could repeat after me. Awwalin.
Awwalin.
Well done. Did you notice we put a lot of pressure on the vowel?
Yes.
Yep, and that's because of the shadda. Rather than saying awwalin, we put pressure on the vowel because it carries the shadda. And we said awwalin. Do you notice a difference?
Mm,
Okay. Do you notice a difference, student G2741?
yeah.
Good, amazing. So any letter that carries a shadda, we should put pressure on it, okay? And that's what the rule over here is. Now, do you know what this little sign here is called? Let's highlight it for you. This little wave, do you know what this is called?
Matosan.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Maddu Saghir. Maddu Saghir. It's a hard name to say, but you've done a good job. Well done. And do you know how long to prolong a letter for if it carries a Maddu Saghir?
3 to 5 seconds.
Good, well done. We're going to give it 3 to 5 seconds. Well done. And the other type that we learnt about was Maddi Kabir, which is this big sign here. It's a big sign, you give even more time on it, so it's 4 to 6 seconds to give on that. So those were the two signs that we covered today. All right, that was really nicely recited, student G2741. Keep practicing and make sure to recite the Holy Quran as much as possible to get a bit more fluent in it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, Jazakumullah for coming to the mic. Take care of yourself. And Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, co-host, could we have one more student to the mic?
Student G2748. Can come to the mic, please.
Jazakumullah. Student G2748. Assalamu alaikum. Student G2748. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, no worries. Could we please have another student to the mic?
Yes. Can student G2631 come to the mic, please?
Okay, student G2631. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So, have you been understanding the rule for today?
Yeah.
Good, amazing. We learnt about Maddi Saghir and we learnt about Maddi Kabir, didn't we? Do you know how long to prolong a Maddi Saghir for?
3 to 5.
Good, 3 to 5 seconds. Well done. And how long should you prolong a Maddi Kabir for?
4 to 6.
Yes, well done. Very well remembered, mashallah. All right, do you want to start off with the Abud and Tasmiyah? And you can start reciting from here for me, please, okay?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قالوا إنما من المسحرين.
Good, well done, mashallah. That was really, really nicely recited, student G2631, mashallah. Very, very good recitation. Remember, this alif carries a fatha, so rather than saying inta, you will say ata. Good, well done, mashallah. That was really, really nicely recited. Could you point out in this verse where Madd Saghir is present?
On top of Lu and Meme.
Good. So over here you have a Madd Saghir, and on top of the meme you have a Madd Saghir as well. Okay, well done. And how long do we prolong it for?
3 to 5 seconds.
Good, well done, mashallah. Very, very well remembered. Okay, that was really nicely recited, and I can see you understanding the rule as well. Keep practicing as much as possible, and inshallah, you'll get there very soon. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic today. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, so, all right, that's all we've got time for this section here today. We will take a look at the hard words as well now. There were 4 hard words covered during this week. And I'm going to be talking to you all about those today. I'm just going to do a quick recap, so because these were already covered before, and I'll talk to you through a bit about what the different rules are to apply to these words. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I'm going to read this one out, everybody. Please follow along. أيما تدعو أيما تدعو. So you have the alif joining to the ya and the ya joining to the meme. All right, it could be a bit weird joining 3 letters together at once, but remember, ayyamma. You're going to join these 3 together. And because they carry a shadda, you're going to put a lot of emphasis on these letters. And there's a meme mushaddad, make sure to do ghunna over here. Let's move on to the next example. أَوَمَن يُنَشَّأُ أَوَمَن يُنَشَّأُ. Again, over here, you've got a noon sakin and you have a ya mushaddad. So you're going to ask yourself, what letter is this meme going to join to? Is it the sakin letter or is it the mushaddad letter? And the answer is mushaddad. A letter carrying a shadda will always take priority over sakin letters. So you ignore the noon and you move on and join the meme and the ya together. Mayu, and give a slight nasal sound. And remember, the vowel is carrying a hamza on top. You're not going to say our main yunashavu. Remember, it carries a hamza on top, so hamza will take priority. You're going to say our main yunasha'u. All right? Let's move on to the next example. أثاثا ورئيا أثاثا ورئيا. Now remind yourself, everybody, that when a letter when there is an alif sakin and a hamza sakin, you need to give a slight jerking sound, okay? So ri', and it's a soft jerking sound. That's what we did here. If you're pausing, you're just going to say ri'ya, and if you were to read in continuity, you would say ri'yan, okay? And give a nasal sound there. And the last letter is, not the last letter, the last word. Tastakthiru. Tastakthiru. Okay? Remember, this tha is a special letter. A lot of people give it the sound of seen. They say tastaksiru, just like the seen over here. But make sure it's a different letter, so it must have a different sound. So, tha, to make the sound of tha, you're getting the tip of your tongue and you're gently pressing it, you're touching it gently. That sounds confusing, doesn't it? You get the tip of your tongue and you touch the bottom part of your top teeth. And when you're saying it, there's going to be some air escaping your mouth as well. Okay? So, tastakthiru. All right? That's what we are doing. And yeah. This was the last word that we needed to cover for today. Now we're just going to consolidate our homework now, and I'm going to set you some homework to do for today as well, ready for class tomorrow. So today we went through extended elongation, and we learned about 2 types. We learned about Madd Saghir, and we also learned about Madd Kabir, okay? And the reference is Talimul-Quran, lesson number 19, and you could find it on page 80 to 81 if you wish to cover this rule again. We went through chapter number 26, verses 181 to 201, which is what you covered during this week. So your homework is to practice these verses that were recited today and make sure you apply all the rules learned so far within your daily tilawat, okay? It's very important you do so. Pay attention to what you do when you pause. For example, today we paused in a lot of situations, different instances. Make sure you apply the right rule of waqf there, okay? And remember to keep practicing your hifz chapters in your salah as well. As always, we are now going to conclude our class today with a closing prayer. So could I please request our co-host to call a student to the mic for that?
Can student G2 638 come to the mic, please?
Jazakumullah. Student G2 638. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Could you please start off with the Awud and the Tasmiyah, and I will lead you into the recitation, okay?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Well done, mashallah. And if you can repeat after me. Allahumma arhamni
اللهم ارحمني
bil-Qur'an al-azim
بالقرآن العظيم
waj'alhu li
واجعله لي
imaman wa
إماما
nuran wa
ونورا
hudan wa rahmah.
وهدى ورحمة.
Well done, mashallah. Really nicely recited. And could you also please read out the English translation for us?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Well done, mashallah. That was really nicely read out. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic today. Take care of yourself, and Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, so that was it for today's class, everybody. Make sure you do your homework and practice as much as possible, applying all the rules to your recitation. And inshallah, I'll see you all in our upcoming classes, hopefully tomorrow as well, okay? Until then, take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.